Alrighty.
My lips are going to dry out trying to smile.
No, I hate this waiting part because it just.
Oh, I know.
All right, here we go. Good afternoon, everybody. This is Lori Delk with Send Out Cards, and I have Gina Dane with me also out in Virginia. And then we have our special speaker, Larisa Dickson, who is up in Washington. And so welcome, Larisa and Gina.
Thank you.
How goes it?
Hey there. All right, so everyone, I want to introduce you to Miss Larisa, and I'm going to let her tell you just really quickly kind of what her business is about and what she does.
Okay, my name is Larisa Dickson, and it started as a local income tax service. I have now taken it international, and I help people with their profits on their business and help grow relationships in their business also so they can become more profitable.
Awesome, perfect. And you've been using the system Send Out Cards to keep in touch with your clients and customers as well as your prospective clients, right?
Yes, I have. Friends, you name it, anyone I can. It's been wonderful to be part of this system. Have to admit I was pretty skeptical in the beginning about it. I started out with that most basic plan. I think everything's changed now. It was like a $17 per card. I think that lasted like a week and a half. And it's been incredible. I can't tell you on a personal level all the different relationships that have come about. Long story short, if anyone has ever had a soon-to-be, I don't know, it's not my mother-in-law, it is my child's fiance's mother-in-law, and rough relationship there. So I sent a card of her and her son on Facebook. Well, I am now officially unblocked and got a thank you. So many people. I had just came in May, Father's Day. I got to go through my client list. I had men in tears. And so if I go to tears, I just do it all the time. But it was so beautiful because all the single dads, I sent them a card. And several said, nobody even remembered me today. And to be able to do that, let alone with clients, the money it saves on the thank yous, sending out information, it's endless. It is absolutely endless. Now I got to remember that I get to share this and can have a passive income that's incredible as I look at the plan.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I've stuck with it over 15 years.
Oh, like I said, it's so much to learn and so exciting. I don't even go into stores anymore without a hug, a thank you. And I haven't even touched how many people I can. Like I said, also, well, as you know, I'm a tax preparer. And it has saved so much time in my business because if something doesn't go through an e-file, now I can send them a thank you card, information to call the IRS, all that kind of stuff. They're loving it. My phone calls after I file now an extended season are probably less than 10%. And by the time I used to do up a letter, get all the information, do everything, hope they even opened it, and all of that, it probably cost up to $10 per person by the time I pay postage and all that. Now it's unlimited. And they're happy because it's a card, so they want to open it. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I can't say enough good.
That's awesome. And tell us just one of the ways that you're using it in your business that you've seen success from.
Sales were outrageous in May and June. I would just send out, just a thinking of you. I was just learning how to do the system. People started calling. Now they're calling with questions. They're remembering me during the year. I have set up more corporations, which is something I think last year I maybe set up 2 or 3. I set up half a dozen, and those pay $2,000 a piece. So I mean, for a day or two worth of work, plus all the coaching. Now I got people into corporations, they're asking more questions, and it's also helping. I've got a lot of stuff I'm doing online and teaching and certification programs with small business, and they're already ready to come on board. I didn't think I'd have to bring on an employee. I just think of all the different things. I should have done a list. I thought, tax season, as I don't know if anyone knows, you're also my personal coach for my business. And you came out and did a full reorganization with my business for 3 days. So that revamped so much. And I thought, towards the end of the year, I would start looking at hiring in November. I can't even keep up with all the phone calls. There's stuff I'm missing out on, and I have a new local employee to oversee all my VAs and everything starting on Friday, and it's only September.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's just,
That's awesome.
and like I said, now I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on there on purpose just so I have more people to send cards to. And it's just, well, like I said, I didn't even know how to do it. And Lori was the one, we were laughing. She goes, can you leave information? And now I'm getting like 25 contacts a day. And, into my portal, I think in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, I have now 500 more connects. And they're all local, my ideal clients, and exactly who I want. So now I've got that warm welcome. I've had the team help me figure out, how to keep them contacted, and also show them what send out cards could do. Because I had no idea. I heard of this company 10 years ago, and lack of better terms, nobody told me what it was capable of. And so I had no idea. I just thought, it's for a birthday card here and there. I had no idea it could be used in a business. And
well, Larisa, you sent me a card one time.
Good.
I didn't know you other than just somewhat through Lori, and I get this card and I'm like, this is Larisa in Washington. Gosh, I don't even know this woman, and she's sending me a card. And what it did for me was, it made a connection. And so now you and I are friends on Facebook, and, I know who to reach out to if I need your services now, because we've got a connection. And I think that's something that's huge with send out cards, is that you can prospect that way. It's not just about thank yous, birthdays, and anniversaries, as you said.
Please.
So what other ways can you tell us that you have somewhat prospected with your cards? And maybe you didn't even realize you did when you sent it to me,
I wasn't even thinking about it, because also I have to say it adds gratitude to my day. I went through, August, I didn't send nearly as much. My phone wasn't ringing, and I wasn't who I wanted to be. And I learned when I stop every day and send out some cards, and I love the heartfelts. I haven't done a campaign yet, just because, as a Christian, I want to pray over every card that I send out and every person, and I want it individual. But also, like I said, that gratitude. And then I get to think about that person. So, as I'm going through, I have an old Rolodex here. I don't know if anyone remembers those. And there you go. I'm going through, and people I haven't contacted in a while, and sending stuff out, but also just to show people what it can do. I think that's going to be the biggest prospecting. When they love getting something in the mail, they can do the same thing. And I mean, the gift, I'm still not understanding why send out cards is so nice to us and does it at such a low rate. It's really confusing. And like I said, actually doing it. I now keep the window open on my computer. And I won't even talk about how many cards I have in a drawer. You go to the store, I've gotten thank you cards, and now I'm kind of coming across them. I'm like, okay, well, I might need those for something else. They're going into, I got a plastic tub. I probably have 200-300 cards I bought over the last 4 or 5 years. I've rounded up that I never sent. Now, I got a couple of minutes. I can just go on and literally, well, the first one took me an hour, but that's a whole nother story. I got them down to about 2-3 minutes. And once somebody's in the system, my daughter, she's just ecstatic. Every week she's waiting because every Sunday now I send her one. And she's got them lined up and she's so excited to see what it's going to be. And she's like, Mom, I need more words inside, you know. So our relationship is building. I mean, how do you put a price tag on a personal relationship that I can even do on the phone during a commercial?
Right. Right.
I didn't have to go to the post office, get stamps, and it cost me.
Yeah. What would you say is the most unique card you ever sent for a situation?
Oh, I don't know if I've done too many unique ones yet. I got onto Facebook and I'm learning how to download. And
maybe I didn't ask that correctly. Not as in create most unique, because a lot of people, it's not about being creative and making a big, wonderful, beautiful card. It's about a card from your heart. What I'm asking is maybe what was the situation that prompted you to send a card to someone? Maybe a loss of a pet, or you know, maybe there was.
Actually, I got a new grandson. I got a new grandson on Mother's Day, which was actually he turned 30 in June. And what happened was I do a lot of outreach ministry. And I have a group home that I work with that's just right around the corner. And they had a Mother's Day celebration. So I was going around because, you know, I had just gotten into the cards, gosh, maybe a week before Mother's Day, if even that long. So I was learning how to do selfies. And so I went around with all the women and all the mothers and some of them with the kids. And we did selfies and sent them out. And they were so excited because I got a lot of these guys. They're 80, 90 years old. They're shut in. And so that was fun. And then, like I said, I got a grandson that day. He was so excited. We did pictures together. And he's like, will you be my other grandma? And I got to go do his 30th birthday party with some of his family members. And we went to a place called Timber Creek. And I got pictures. And they put little horns on them. And he has special needs. So the cards meant everything. Plus, I could send them to his grandmother who couldn't be there, and so she got to be part of it in a card. So like I said, I wouldn't say unique, but sentimental. Definitely.
What I meant unique is in most people think of thank you, birthday, Christmas, things like that. And I'm thinking of something different. So you answered my question. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, unique and in different ways to use it. Because Larisa, like you said, when you first, you know, you've known that I've done cards for years, but you just kind of thought that they were just here and there for birthdays and anniversaries or whatever. And so yeah, once we got to talking a lot more, then you realized how much more potential there was, right?
I did. And I have to say, our first day when you came to Spokane and we went out and ate, and you took a picture in the parking lot of me and you together. And when I got that card, I almost cried because it was so, where do you do that? And I have some other friends, I've taken some shots and they're all asking, how did you make that? They're like, I'm going to check this out more because they had events that they were doing. And they're like, can you market with this? And it's like, yes. But like I said, I think that was probably that selfie of me and you, and it's still on right over my fireplace on my mantle. And that one probably is what hit home because I remember you sitting there saying, oh, this is easy. And we're sitting, 2 feet from each other. And I had no idea what you were doing. But when I got to visually see it, it meant everything in the world.
Right.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, and of course, especially since you spent a couple days with me totally 24/7, you know that I'm definitely, a picture queen, selfie queen. And, but that's it. It's, pictures are memories, right?
Exactly.
So capturing those moments of memories, and then we put them in a card. And so that makes that memory last, right? When we throw them on Facebook and Instagram, and other social media, I mean, it's cool because we share it with other people, but it's still gone in an instant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, but when we save them in a card, then we have that memory that was special to us, you know, forever.
And it is. And I love the 3 cards, because Father's Day, I went on a couple of the Facebook pages of people I knew, so I could take pictures with them when their kids were little. I have a dad, and then I think I got one when his kid was like 2 and on the motorcycle. She's like 11 now, a current one and another one. So when he opened up the card, there was all these pictures of him and his daughter right there. And those, I want to learn those a little bit more. I did that for somebody else on vacation. It was 3 generations, you know, and I was just thinking about that. And it was grandpa's son, and the son is a single dad with 2 little boys. And so I got to send one to each of the little boys, and I put a group one in the middle and then special ones, but everybody got to remember that vacation. And they went nuts. So
that's awesome.
And it took me 3 minutes, baby, because I had an extra panel.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing too is on those, a lot of times I'll do that for that trifold card, is I'll download pictures from somebody that I saw, one of my friends that went on vacation, you know, and throw, you know, a couple pictures, and I don't even write any words. I just, you know, you've got 6 sides, and I just put pictures on all the sides and mail the card, or 5 sides, right? But anyway, and throw it in an envelope and mail it, and, you know, and of course they always call or text me when they get it, and then I'm like, cut the pictures apart and put them in 5x7 frames, you know, and their biggest thing is, well, some of them have 2 pictures on one side. Which one do I use in my frame? I want them all. So, but it's so cool to capture that moment, and that memory for them, right?
I actually took a trifold. I had a friend of mine that had lost her grandfather, and you know, when people lose their loved ones, they will post sometimes on Facebook and things, pictures of that loved one and the obituary. And so I took across the 3 and put pictures of their loved one, and on the front, and then on the other part that folds in, I copied and pasted the obituary on there. And I didn't sign it or anything, because of course on the other side is where we're able to put our branding, and my picture is on that, so they knew who it was from when they got it. The lady loved it so much, she called and told me how much she appreciated it, and she was actually crying. And she said, how can I get some more of these? Because I want to send them to my sisters and my mother. And I said, get me the addresses, I'll take care of it for you. So I was able to print them all out again, or create the cards again and send it to them. And that's, you know, that's touching people's hearts, and that's what we can do with send out cards. So a lot of great things for us all to do.
And considering, I think all 3 of us right now that are on here, we have a real blur between our ministry, our work, and our personal life. They're all so integrated that, you know, we don't have a start and stop time with what we do. And so I think it really helps increase all the way around, because building that personal relationship, like I said, with the businesses, within ministries, that kind of stuff. Huge.
Right. That's right. So we've actually got it from one coast, East Coast, through the South, and all over to the West Coast.
There you go.
Yeah, the extreme ends on both sides. Yeah, absolutely. So
I actually
tell us
Lori,
something.
I'm sorry. I think Lori actually was over in your part of the world first, Larissa. Then she traveled home and then came up to see me within the next week or so.
That's what, I know. Poor Lori was like all over the place. That's after she came off of a cruise. Bunch of other things. So.
Yeah, I don't think I was home a full week all this year until like 2 weeks ago. I've been home for 2 weeks now, and I thought I was done for the year, and now I've got 3 more trips before the end of the year all of a sudden have come up. So yeah, it's exciting. But yeah, my suitcase doesn't stay off my bed very long.
Well, like I said, it opens up so many other opportunities with send out cards, so somebody knows who you are. They can see you again. and questions from places you would never expect. So, like I said, pretty amazing what it can do for such, like I said, minimal. It's probably the cheapest advertising I've ever done. If anyone's done Facebook ads, which I'm learning well, it costs more for one click, which I might lose them in the first 8 seconds, than it is to send a card. And now they've got something they can open up, tangible, and I can actually put words and they're going to read it.
Right. And they're going to keep it. They're not going to forget it 5 seconds later when they scroll to the next thing.
Exactly. So...
And if it's made personal with their pictures, chances are they're making the refrigerator.
And some of them, I went through a week. I just wanted to send hugs to everybody. And so I found some different things out there and some different hugs. And I said, today was just a good day for a hug. And so many people just, sent me back, oh, I needed a hug today. That's just what I needed. So sometimes it's just kind of fun to come up with a theme or something you're doing and then just kind of randomly pick who you're going to do in the book and just send it. And like I said, I connect with them every time I send a card because I'm thinking about them. So I've got happy thoughts and those moments. So.
And so, Larisa, tell us, is there any one last thing that you might want to share with any other tax preparers of, how they could use it in their business to excel their business the way that you have?
As you know, a lot of what we're doing for income taxes, people can just go on their telephone and scan their paperwork now. And I found that was starting to become a problem. And then we don't actually get them back until they find out there's a problem. So now I can contact with them during the year so they don't forget me by January. Like I said, on top of it is so expensive to send out any information. I'm getting ready to, send out, and that one will be a campaign. It's tax time, any new rules coming up. I can also put a link on kind of where to go and get more information on top of saying thank you to every client and reminding them. I have a letter that I put in their folders. I've done up to 800 returns in a year. So let me tell you, it can get pretty expensive in 3 months to let them know, it did go through, verifying all the information and who to contact if you have any questions, anything during the year and that kind of stuff. And like I said, I never got to it. Now in a split second, I can just go on, send the card. And like I said, I don't even know what it's going to save me this next tax season because I signed up in May. So what would cost me $8,000 is now going to cost me literally, $97 a month?
Bam.
Yeah.
Wow. It's more personalized.
Yes.
And you can also, those campaigns that you create for your tax company, you can actually, if other tax preparers want to sign up with you, you can share that campaign with them too. And then all they have to do is simply basically take your information and change it to their own.
Right? Oh, what a great idea.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm getting ready to teach a course. It starts in October. Anyone who wants to start doing taxes from home, because I thought it was so wonderful for me to work 3 months out of the year and have a year-round income. And now this is going to be something else I can put in there for them to help them get their businesses going. Because like I said, those classes start in October. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. Miss Gina, do you have any last minute questions for Larisa?
No, I think she has answered a lot of questions. It's been great to see you, Larisa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Great to see you. Thank you.
All right. Well, Larisa, thank you so much for being on the show with us today and sharing a little bit of how you use the send out card system in your tax business, as well as in your ministry that you have with the guys and also your personal life.
There you go. You guys have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.